This week on the Not Sauce for Work podcast, Terry Tam is back from his contract negotiations, and Eagle is here as well. We're back, baby! Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers found themselves adjusting to new surroundings, while another Packers legend may find himself in a more isolating one. We will also discuss the Suns owner Robert Sarver and the workplace scandal that he's embroiled in, Roger Federer's retirement, and the new captain of the Montreal Canadiens. We'll get into this and much more on this episode of Not Sauce for Work on the Hot Sauce Sports Podcast Network. And I just remembered how the show works. I have to continue talking. Hi, everyone.
I'm trying to get aligned here with the camera. There you go. Am I good? I'm good.
I got you. You can stay where you are, and I work around you.
You are listening to and perhaps watching Not Sauce for Work. How's it going, Terry?
Very good. Very good. After I don't know. I think it's been like 7 to 8 wech.
How was the longest vacation of all time?
It was pretty good. Honestly, I can't complain.
You and I both went to Europe at the same time because we're like, it's summer. There's not a lot of sports going on. The other guys can figure it out. And I was like, all right.
How was that trip?
Awesome.
Yeah,
really awesome.
I had a great time too. Best trip, honestly, best trip of my life. Switzerland, France.
It was cool. I was like, oh, we're both in Europe at the same time. Maybe our travels will collide.
No.
Opposite parts of Europe at the same.
I had so many friends in Greece and Italy and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it. It was me and my girlfriend, and that's it. France.
Yeah.
We were in the most beautiful places. It was fantastic.
It was awesome. It was a good time. But what happened after that, man? Like you were gone for 7 weeks.
Oh, but then I was like, I think I'm gonna take August off. I just needed a break.
It's fine. Yo, this is hard work, man.
It's because it just takes so long to get here. And with my schedule, it was going to be like I was always going to have to rush. We're going to be late. It was going to cause. And I was like, you know what? Let me just take August off, recalibrate. Football season starts. I'll be back first.
That's it. You're back for the football season.
That's all
what
that
matters.
That's all that matters.
Because if I had to carry the weight.
Few observations from the last few weeks, though.
Let's do it.
Say. One, you will forever be the late guy.
Okay.
You're always going to be the late guy.
I've not been late.
You haven't been
over
late.
a year.
I'm giving you full credit here.
Because
I feel like every time I make a late joke, you take it very personally.
Because we had the reason why is because we had like an actual conversation. Like you and I don't really have like real heart to heart.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, like this legitimately bothers Terry, who's a very good friend of mine, who I respect a lot.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to go out of my way.
Yeah.
Like to make sure.
Thank you.
I literally changed my work schedule.
Fantastic.
I changed everything in my life to make sure. And I think. Like one time I was like 3 minutes late. It's the latest I've been.
Yeah, but I didn't say anything.
Whichever. Like, and you were mad at Eagle that time.
He
was the same time. He was like half.
He was
an
hour late, and I had a softball game.
I wasn't an hour late.
At least an hour.
I was
maybe 2 hours.
Exactly when I said I was going to be here, but I had to rebuild the studio.
Observation number 2.
That's what it was. We had to rebuild the studio. That was going to take us an hour. Yeah.
Observation number 2.
So you will forever be the late guy. I'm always going to call you the late guy.
I'm going to always take it personally.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, fine. At least we're on agreement there. But I do appreciate the efforts you've made in the last year, I'll say, of being on time. Alex the intern has a lot of good punchlines. His delivery is awful.
Yeah.
Because he's got the brain works. You know, it goes. But like sometimes it's just like he waits just a little bit too long or whatever.
Or he says something after his punchline.
After the punchline, yeah.
It's like
punchline.
Let the joke sit.
You know when you knock somebody out, it's just a punch?
Yeah.
Line.
You
know when you die?
Flat line. There we go.
Line. That's what it is, right? That's where it came from, I hope.
Observation number 3.
Duke likes backgrounds way too much.
Yeah, it was
like
he was
crashing our
stream.
Yeah,
I was gonna
at
say
times.
last week it was awful. I'm like, dude, just stop fucking changing. Who cares about the sky and the moon?
Bro, you have a nice house.
Yeah.
Use the background.
Observation number 3A.
3A.
I am supporting the Chicago Bears this year.
All right.
It's just what
I see how that's related to Duke's backgrounds.
Yeah, I mean,
you have too many teams.
Too many teams. Too many backgrounds.
Press F to pay respect because you're cheering for the Bears.
Yeah, I mean, Bears.
It's your funeral.
Yeah. It's okay, though. 1-0.
Yeah, it's true. It was the gross game.
They got that dog in them, you know?
Yeah.
It was a disgusting game.
Yeah.
But beat the Niners.
Yeah, and a surprising game because that was a game a lot of people had as a what's it called? Fantasy, not knockout. What am I thinking of? Survivor.
Yeah. If I didn't do any survivors this year, if I had done one, I would have chose the Colts and they tied. I would have advanced. Or
no,
I don't know. Some leagues you make you win. Which is
I know
crazy.
my brother lost by picking the Colts.
Oh really? Yeah, that sucks.
I would have picked the Dolphins because the Patriots are garbage.
But 60% of survivors are gone. Like this year would have been a great year to start and like.
Oh, and what happens with me is I always miss the deadline because I forget Thursday.
Yeah.
So. Also because
fuck survivors that run on Thursdays.
Yeah, because also.
Like we
I know we've said also like 18 times, but this is also. We work like 16 hours on Thursday, so it's hard to get the pick in, all right?
Yeah, exactly. You're not doing your survivors on Tuesday. Like, who's a fucking... What kind of a terrorist does that?
So there's one quick thing I want to get into. Just because it's not a real story, it didn't make the stories, but I did want to approach it from a different angle. A chess player is being accused of using the PED known as anal beads.
Anal beads.
Anal beads. Apparently, he's getting signals.
I thought this was rapid fire.
There's too much stuff.
Yeah.
Unlike the previous weeks that you missed, there's so many topics this week. But he was accused of cheating by putting anal beads and getting signals through vibration. That accusation came with no information by Elon Musk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, just him saying it on Twitter.
When Elon says something, it must be true, right?
Yeah. How about you make cars instead? Because my buddy's been waiting for Cybertruck for 2 years.
Make cars and fucking paywalls. That's all we need you to do.
Yeah. Do those two things.
That's it.
Do those two things. Don't leave your garbage submarine that doesn't fit in a place that nobody asked for.
I feel like it's a performance unenhancer to put anal beads in, because I can't focus in a chess game. I can't focus on fucking scrolling through porn sites, let alone a chess game, when my beads are on.
That's true, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I can't even watch a football game while wearing anal beads. I tried it on Sunday, too distracted.
Anal beads are...
I can only do it in the 4 o'clock window.
Exactly.
Yeah.
4 o'clock window, anal beads. That's where they are.
I'm not really good into chess theory, but my understanding is doing that in terms of inserting something in there and kind of playing the game through it is called the Sicilian defense opening.
There you go. Hey-o.
And with that, it is time for the news.
I feel like my camera's here.
Terry, it's the news.
Is it though?
There we go.
You know how many times I had to cover for people who just didn't get how to
Duke
do that?
never gets it.
Duke won't say it.
He won't say it.
Won't say it. Duke's also brain is going a mile a minute. Artists. That's what they are.
Yeah.
But Alex got it. John got it. And Matt got it. So
That's true. It was just
3 for 4, and you expect Duke to be the one.
Yeah, you figured he'd be the most collected.
3 for 4 got it.
Duke is he's already thinking of the next topic and the previous topic simultaneously.
It's crazy,
but not what you're saying.
I've never seen somebody go back into a topic more often than Duke.
Yeah, but he's also thinking about the next topic.
It's also how the genius of Duke. It's
it is.
It's like Kevin from The Office. They considered him a genius because he was able to sing and drum at the same time.
Yeah.
And he can also count pies better than anybody in the world.
Exactly. And
That's
how Jar Jar Binks was actually the leader of the Sith Order.
Yeah, exactly. That's Duke right there. Duke is Kevin from The Office.
And Jar Jar Binks.
And Jar Jar, and also my favorite character.
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks.
No, Kevin from The Office.
Nope. I'm gonna go Jar Jar. So the NFL season started. It's been a great start, of course.
I canceled the Cowboy season. It's over.
Yeah, you're now a Bears fan.
Yeah. 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks.
Switching teams as well was Russell Wilson.
Yes.
It will be the full season though, not 6 to 8 weeks.
Ultimate cuck.
So we've talked about how much Russell Wilson's cringy, right? Like we've talked about the show.
I was even telling my girlfriend about this. I was showing him. She's like, yeah, he does look a little off. I'm like, he's cringy. So I showed him her Instagram, and I'm like, just pay attention to how he is here. And then he did an interview, and I'm like, see the difference?
Yeah,
he's the most fakest person in the
absolutely
in football.
It's the thing is it reminds me of A-Rod, the
a
baseball player.
A little bit.
Like there's just something fake and plasticky about him.
Yeah,
and he's just afraid to be himself, and it always comes off super cheesy. And my wife first noticed it on the Bose commercial. I tend to tune commercials out. I tend to watch games with no volume, as you know, which is the weirdest thing about
because you're
me,
half deaf.
What I'm also I'm that too, but I'm also it allows me to catch up on our podcast and like all the other things that I do during the week.
Yeah,
it allows me to do those things while I'm watching football.
Yeah. He likes being stimulated in multiple ways simultaneously,
like
a chess player.
At 4 o'clock.
That's why it's the 4 o'clock.
Anal beams 4:25, 4 o'clock game.
Hey, listen, we're sex positive.
4:20, I'm in the bathroom setting up the beads, lubing it up. 4:25, inserted 3.
There we go.
3 1-inch diameters.
But the thing is. There was 2 posts on his social media. We'll start with this first one, Eagle. If you want to play the clip, this is him getting ready for the game that's upcoming, and this is him practicing a very specific technique. He's practicing giving high fives to 0 people.
And you know what? You know what the worst part is? I know how he's going to justify this. I just want to simulate every aspect of the game, and I know that when I come out, the Seattle fans are going to want to reach out and high five me, or the Denver fans are going to want to reach out and high five me. So I have to mentally prepare myself for that. I have to mentally prepare myself to be paid way too much. What's the head coach of the Denver Broncos name?
Nathaniel Hackett.
Nathaniel Hackett. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like
do you?
I do.
Because he doesn't understand how to do a 2-minute drill. We'll get to that.
He's just a nice guy. I saw him in an interview. Nice guy, funny guy.
Not a good coach.
I like him. Worst decision I've ever seen, but it's his first year as a head coach.
Worst series of decisions.
It's his first year as a head coach. Andy Reid made a lot of mistakes when he was with the
Eagles.
Eagles.
And that's it. Andy Reid was forever criticized.
Yeah.
He still gets criticized for poor time management, which is no longer the case.
We're watching.
It's like I'm the late guy. He's the bad decision guy.
He's the bad decision guy. So that's the thing about like Danny Reid too. When I got into the studio, he was game face as if it was overtime. 1 minute left in the Super Bowl. And I looked at the clock. It was 14:06 in the first quarter. Game face all the time.
Do you practice handshakes? Do you practice kissing? Like, did he make out with his hand in high school, like getting ready for a date?
Well, I mean, there are people that do practice how to shake hands, like in special industries and everything. You have to be like not super firm, but firm and not loose, and not enough grip, but all the fingers.
But that's the second most ridiculous thing.
But he's sold out. He's sold out on the practice too. He kind of went like. He did this, and then he went like this, and then kind of like retracted it really quick. It's like, wait, you don't like that fan, bro? You don't like that invisible fan right next to you?
Here's the other thing. You know there's a camera there.
Oh, he always
knows.
It's
on camera.
So always knows there's a camera.
But did he think this was going to look cool?
He thinks everything he does looks cool.
That's impossible.
He's a good-looking guy, excellent shape. He's got a beautiful wife, beautiful family. Tout le kit.
He throws a beautiful deep ball.
He's actually, I like him as a football player.
Same.
He's also the biggest cuck. He became the biggest cuck. To who? The kicker.
Oh, okay.
So he had to watch the kicker.
The time he's the biggest cuck.
Yeah. He had to watch the kicker do his job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the ultimate cuck move.
So, and he was also.
He had 3 timeouts.
So let's get to that right away.
3 timeouts.
There's 3 timeouts. There's, what was it, a minute 40 left? They run a play that makes it appear as though they're going to go for it on 4th down, right? And you have Russell Wilson, like, put the game in his hands.
5 yards, bro.
Instead, they don't call timeout. They let time elapse.
They don't even try to draw the other team offside,
No.
right? Like, get to the line, try and run a quick play, try and catch them. No. Take your sweet-ass time. Put 0 pressure to actually get a hut off, and then just call timeout with 0 seconds left. Like, why are you playing for clock?
But instead,
why at this point?
Instead, they tried to tie the league record 64 field. Do you want to know what the record of kickers going for this at 64 yards is?
1,
2 and 41 of all time.
Oh, I was gonna say 1 for 1.
2 of 41.
Who the fuck would try?
Admittedly, he was close.
He was pretty close.
He was very close. You still shouldn't go for it, despite that.
But
he was very close.
But the odds of converting on 4th and 7,
4th and 5,
4th and 5, sorry, and the odds of kicking a 64-yard field goal, you're like at it's 40% versus what?
I mean
8%.
I know what you're saying, but also like if you have a guy who's got a huge leg. Like, you got to give him a chance.
You have Russell Wilson.
No, I understand that. I understand that completely. It
was 3 timeouts.
It was an awful decision. The decision. They had 3 timeouts. Like, if they had no timeouts, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, fine.
Great.
You have no other option.
So what I don't like about the entire sequence is, like P said, right? It was like 3rd and 14 or something.
Yeah.
And they basically ran like a screen check down type of play. The only reason they got to the position they were on the field is because he broke a few tackles along the way. So did the success sort of that play actually dictate what they were going to do on 4th down? Like, at what distance was it like, well, I guess we have to go for it? Like, 4th and 6, you're like, okay.
What were they thinking right before? Like, what were they saying? Are they saying, okay, if we get this, are we going to do this? Like, what was their thought process? I just think it was a very rookie move by Nathaniel Hackett, and I'm going to give him a pass on this one because I like him. Give him a pass. Nathaniel Hackett, you got the Hot Sauce Sports, Not Sauce for Work pass.
The official pass.
The official Not Sauce for Work pass.
You know who doesn't get a pass? Russell Wilson, after also posting this TikTok video.
I was going to say Jared from Subway.
Faith, family, football.
You know
what I care about.
I'm going to start respecting him though.
Do fake air guitar.
I'm going to start respecting him because he got ridiculed for the Bronco Nation, whatever it is. Let's ride. You know? He got ridiculed for that. Like every university school, every college school was making fun of him, right? Okay, you can stop that. Yeah.
But we care a lot.
We care a lot.
We care a lot.
No, but I think he's jumping into this cringiness. Like there was
if I got an inkling he was doing it on purpose, I'd love him.
Do you know who?
Like if it was Michael Scott, Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Give me that.
Do you know who Henry Cejudo is?
No.
Henry Cejudo he calls himself Triple C. He was
Wait.
he's a fighter.
Fighter. Yeah. Sorry. Yes, I do.
Because he won a gold medal in the Olympics and he had 2 belts in the UFC, so he calls himself Triple Champ, Triple C. But also one of those C's can be replaced for Cringe King because he says very cringy things online. But he just went right into it.
5 C's though, because Cejudo's his name.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 5
Cringe.
C.
So it's 5 C's.
He tells people to bend the knee. He's unbelievable online. Like he's great. He's like bend the knee
But
to Triple
see,
C.
like, I feel fighters are better at being self-aware
Individuals.
and playing a character because
They're
like
individuals,
they
yeah.
largely play a character though, right? Like they know it sells.
It's becoming
their
that.
brand.
Yeah, it's becoming that.
And so I kind of always give fighters the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I never give football players the benefit of the doubt because they're so insulated.
He's too much, but he's like if he owns this and he knows he's cringy, then I respect it. If he doesn't know he's cringy and he still does these things, then fuck Russell.
Were you surprised to see the fans, not only the fans booing him, but also ex-teammates, even from last year, kind of taking a victory lap on Russell Wilson? Kind of no reverence shown for the only quarterback who gave Seattle a Super Bowl.
I think that it's for fan bases.
Actually, wait, can we correct that though? Technically, Peyton Manning gave the Seahawks a Super Bowl.
That's a very good point.
2
Fair.
quarterbacks.
But yeah, like, so does it surprise you at all, Terry, that there's literally no reverence shown for the greatest Seattle Seahawks quarterback that's ever played?
After Matt Hasselbeck? No, I mean
He's got better hair.
the way sports are is that you cheer for the cloth, basically, right? The Seinfeld is a whole bit about this. Like you're cheering for the jersey.
For laundry.
And when PK Subban left Montreal and he came back, during the warm-ups he got a standing ovation. As soon as he touched the puck on the first, he got booed. That's how you should do it.
Yeah.
You give him respect,
But
then it's like, hey, bro,
But
you're
the
not our
ex,
team
to
anymore,
me, but
man.
the ex-teammates was weirder. The ex-teammates
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out and saying,
Maybe
like,
he rubbed them the wrong way. Maybe
well,
they're
so-
like, we don't like the cringe.
already like the what were they called? The Legion of Boom.
Legion of Boom, yeah.
They had
Legion of Boo.
they kind of had a beef with him because they felt as though when it came to contract stuff, he sort of took management side, as they kind of were cheap with the secondary.
Are you surprised?
No.
He's like a prep school kid.
Yeah.
He's gonna go for big corporations all the time.
Yeah. So
Like Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, and who's the other one? Eric Thomas.
isn't one of them in prison now? The other corner.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, he was good for like 2 seasons. Yeah.
And that was it. It was terrible.
Yeah. Who is it? Who's the other? The one that
Earl
was
Thomas.
Earl Thomas. I said Eric Thomas. Earl Thomas. Like these 3 guys. Like these guys didn't go to prep school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He went to prep school.
But
the opposite.
Wilson is really trying to be like a leader on the team and everything. Like NFL Films published this clip earlier today on the bench and everything. This is actually going to be news for you. So, yeah, you guys can see this.
Great.
Hey, sideline, run a pass. Hey, you got to let him know. Come on, commit to it. You got to let him know. Run a pass. Let's go. Got to let him know. Run a pass.
Fucking ban him?
Run a pass.
What is
let
it?
him know.
What is it?
That's
Adam
it.
Novice
Let
football?
him
What are
know,
you,
run a
12
pass.
years old, yelling
Let
run
him
and
know,
pass?
run a pass. Nice
These
and loud.
These
Pass.
fucking. If you're in the NFL and you don't know if it's a run or pass, like Nathaniel Hackett's your head coach, or what's going on?
Like, so for the audio audience, I was literally shocked. I was literally shocked by that clip.
They should be yelling out the sequences. They should be yelling out the formations. But I got 11 going. I got 01 going. Like that, the advanced stuff, not run or pass. We know what it
Blocking
is.
schemes, a whole bunch of different things.
Something.
But yeah, you're not calling out run or pass.
20 years of football, run or pass? Like what?
Guys, that's leadership right there.
I'm not saying he's not a good leader, but like
I don't know if he is. Who
He's-
connects with leadership is about connecting with people,
That's
right?
a good point. But the thing about football is that the quarterback's always going to be a captain no matter what, unless you're Trey Lance.
Well,
yeah. And then you have like a linebacker, your kicker, right? Maybe your punter. Sometimes a backup quarterback
but
is
fair.
the captain.
To the C doesn't necessarily mean leadership. Like you still need to act as a leader. You still need to get people to follow you, right? Like that's actual leadership,
Yeah.
not just being given a title, right? So
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
that to me is wow. Anyway, we'll move on from that because
Cringe King, add it to the list.
Yeah.
Add it to the fucking list, bro.
the Dolphins were on fire week 1, but not as much as their parking lot. As fans returned to their seats from their seats to the parking lot to see this. It was a row of cars on fire. As someone in the tailgate left
Imagine you're like
grill on.
Imagine you're the first car that didn't get blown up. You're like, oh man, give me a lottery ticket.
So
It's also a great car commercial. If you can get the rights to this video and you're that van right next to it, see, we're We're protected, fireproof. We're explosion proof.
Or just like what is it? A Mazda? Mazda. Fireproof.
We don't explode. We don't explode around chicken and ribs.
It's funny. My first car was a Toyota, and
the RAV4.
Yeah, it was a RAV4.
The most stolen car in the world.
Yes, it got
stolen.
At
that time, it was.
It also got stolen.
Oh, did it?
But
I remember you telling me that.
There was also a recall. There was a recall on it because there was an issue with the brakes, and the slogan at the time was RAV4, a Toyota, moving forward. And I said they should add uncontrollably. But so somebody left a barbecue on from the tailgate, and it caused an explosion because it was next to the cars, and it was like in 104-degree heat. And what I thought about was, has this ever happened to you when you have like somebody hits your car, or there's some like vandalism, someone breaks your car window? Yeah. As you walk into your car,
it's never happened.
There's a moment. Well, it's happened to me way too often. There's a moment where you're like, no.
Yeah.
That's not. I'm imagining this. Like you literally think to yourself,
like, this can't
there's
be
nothing wrong with my car. I'm being crazy.
My car got egged once.
But didn't that happen to you? Like you had a moment where you're like of incredulity.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I looked outside. I'm like, when I was a kid, I egged a lot of cars. So when I looked at it, I was like, karma. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get mad.
I guess this is karma for Miami as a city.
My car didn't get broken into. I think I must have left the door unlocked, which I do often. I was living in like a safe part of Laval, and I got to my car, and I noticed there was a few things missing. Checkbooks, which I canceled immediately, and I had a little container of SQDC legally purchased marijuana that was taken as well. In the car, I had a $100 hockey stick. I had a bunch of stuff. They didn't take it.
Yeah, but you can more easily use the marijuana and the checks.
Yeah, I get it, but you can flip that hockey stick for like $20, no problem.
Yeah,
it was a good stick.
Depends who's breaking into your car. Once time
hockey?
Once time my car broken into, they opened the glove box and removed everything. And I found out later that the reason the RAV4 is the most stolen car is Toyota inscribes the key type into the glove box. And I was getting rid of the car the next week, and every day I was like, please don't steal my car. Please. And I was able to get rid of the car. No issues.
Did you hear about this Kia and Hyundai thing where you're able to start the car using a USB cord?
I did.
It was like a big thing a couple weeks ago.
It's awful.
Where cars are getting stolen, Kias and Hyundais, because there's like some trick you can do on TikTok. Somebody showed how you can jumpstart a car using the USB cord.
Yeah, we live in the worst time. Thank you, social media.
Worst.
So the whole Internet of Things, as it's being called, which is essentially like your light bulbs, your Nest security, now cars and everything, all like the remote start stuff. There's no standards on that. So basically, like like back in the day where it was like the default password is password or admin or 123 So there's still kind of the things, but there's no real standard for it, and so it's very easy to just crack all this stuff. So people have like hacked into like prison CCTVs because again, it's using those protocols. There's been experiments that they've done from a networking and safety perspective where people have purposely logged into cars driving on the road by like a professional whatever it is, and disabled the engine.
Oh, like
turned off the car.
Electric cars there?
No,
any car, yeah.
Any
because
car.
it's
like
all
a gasoline car, yeah.
There's a lot of electricity.
You get directly into the computer, you're like, turn off the engine.
Yeah, because it's all databases, right? You're able to start your car from apps and stuff now,
exactly.
Right? That's fucked up.
So imagine driving on the highway and just...
That's crazy.
That's wild.
People are stupid, man.
So
people are dumb.
But the Dolphins themselves looked pretty good the first week. But more than anything, the head coach, Mike McDaniel, being praised for a decision he made as opposed to Nathaniel Hackett. Let's hear what Tyreek Hill had to say.
McDaniels, he's gonna need a wheelbarrow, man, for his nuts to carry around, man. He got a lot of cocojones, you know what I'm saying? So, what does he call by him?
What's a cocohone?
It's
like coconut balls?
Yeah, cocojones. It's like cocojones is like because you have two of them, right? So it's your cocojones.
Oh, so
like
speaking from a cojone,
yeah,
this is my cocojones.
Yeah, it's like your.
So on the show, we're cocojones.
We're cocojones. Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Woo, cocojones.
Cocojones. So
name of the episode.
It was 4th and 7. Bill Belichick didn't take a timeout because he had no faith in his offense. No.
Because Mac Jones looks really bad.
Mike McDaniel called a timeout. And when they tried to draw the team offside, took a timeout. Then they came back with the offense on the field, drew up a play. Jalen Wall gets hit in the middle of the field, 42-yard touchdown. Basically cemented the game away for the Dolphins because they could not do anything against the Dolphins defense.
Yeah, I was watching I was watching the game, and I was like, fuck, the Dolphins are going to lose. I had Jalen Waddell, like, in the first, I think it was 2 quarters, he didn't have any fantasy points.
It was going all to Tyreek.
And then, boom, second half, I was like, yeah, he got me, 18, 19 fantasy points. That's all you need.
This was right before the second half, exactly.
Yeah, love it.
So, yeah, it was actually interesting to watch a coach have the courage that he insists that his players have.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you hear coaches talk about courage all the time, and then, 4th and 2, they punt. It's
yeah, exactly. It's like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You just gave us a whole speech about having cocajones.
Yeah.
And you're not even, just show me your cocajones right now, man.
And so Mike McDaniel is very clearly a pothead. The way he speaks.
Just the way he talks.
Like he goes on these long rambling things for about 4 minutes, but his
very slowly, monotone.
Yeah.
Just like this. You guys baked all day, man.
But is it like people are he doesn't seem to have a leadership thing. I was like, I kind of like a guy just going up there saying random stuff at a press conference. Like,
is weed legal in Florida?
It's medicinally legal. He apparently
guarantee he has a card.
A rumor came out that he was only going to interview for jobs where marijuana was at least medically legal, and he suffers from an anxiety disorder.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm, sure he does.
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
I mean,
that's what I told my doctor.
It is what my doctor told me. But yeah, the Rams apparently were interested in acquiring Jimmy G. That came out a couple days ago.
So weird.
When they were, I don't know, because when the Niners were gonna allegedly cut him. So he's within the division, which is probably why the Seahawks and Niners were sort of Seahawks and Rams were sort of interested. Maybe that's why one of the reasons they extended him.
Imagine the Rams just flip a quarterback every year.
Well, so Stafford clearly still recovering from his injury because he didn't look himself week 1.
Yeah, I mean, and when week 1 they're talking about your elbow injury already, and you're wearing a sleeve that's noticeable, and he didn't play well, it doesn't bode well. And I talked to the most diehard Rams fan I know. And he's usually very optimistic, and he's like.
So he's been a fan for 12 months.
No, he was a St. Louis fan before.
Okay,
yeah, tattoos. On his truck, he has the St. Louis the Rams logo and all. He's diehard.
If you want to tattoo your truck,
yeah, I mean, you tattoo your truck.
That's a big time. That's
a really big needle. I'll tell you that. But he's not optimistic, and I think for a good reason. The team was built to win last year, and they did.
I think Jimmy G. I don't think Garoppolo's necessarily a great quarterback, but he does a lot of the things that I think work in Rams offense. A lot of those rollouts and being able that Stafford actually struggled with that part of the game early in the season last year, and then sort of adapted his style to.
Well, we kind of expect that when you get into a new offense, right? It takes a while to get into.
But there's a lot of moving pocket stuff that the Rams offense do, which I'm surprised Goff was able to
also
do.
No OBJ, and OBJ on a broken play, he's probably one of the best out there. What's he doing him?
He's not healthy.
Oh, he's just not healthy. That's what it is.
He tore his ACL in the Super Bowl. That's 8 months. He was going to be MVP, man. Remember?
Yes. Okay, so he's injured. I thought that he was just holding out for a good contract.
No, he's not signed because he's not medically cleared.
He
in the NFL you can't sign a contract if you can't pass a physical, right? That's a thing.
He lost a bunch of money in the crypto gambling, and now he has a depression.
Yeah, I knew that too. And now he's just going to he went to the Giants game. He's going to the Rams game. Who's he going to play with? Cowboys.
They need things. They need everything. Yeah, maybe he can throw for them.
I mean, for the next 6 to 8 weeks, I'm a Bears fan.
That's true. So you don't care.
I don't care. Maybe he'll sign with the Bears.
So,
in week 7 of my holdout,
Aaron Rodgers struggled the first week, as we talked about off air. It's not the first time Aaron Rodgers struggles in week 1. He has this sort of habit.
He usually struggles in week 1, week 7.
Yeah,
and then he'll have 1 in week 10.
He kind of gets bored with the regular season.
Yeah. And then towards the end, he's like, "Okay, we need to win the division." So then he clicks playoff.
Yeah,
and then he just starts lighting everybody up.
And then the playoffs comes and he doesn't do that.
He goes to the NFC Championship and loses.
And loses to the 40 fucking Niners.
Goddamn the fucking Niners. But this year, I'm not high on the Packers. I think the Vikings look fucking good. I mean, it's only week 1, but I've also never really been I like the jokes about Kirk Cousins and all that stuff, but I've never really been an anti-Cousins guy.
But your top 10 of quarterbacks has 23 quarterbacks in there.
I never said he was a top 10 though.
You also said
he's definitely a top 11.
You said that Mariota was a good quarterback while he was a backup.
I also think Mariota's still a good quarterback as a backup.
Top 10?
No, absolutely not.
He has to be. He has to be one of your 23 top 10.
Oh, my 20. Oh yeah, top 23 top 10s.
Yeah,
it's a lot. 230 players.
I
have 230 players.
No, I'm saying
no, I know
you're 23 quarterbacks in your top 10.
I know what you mean.
Although sometimes it feels like there's 230 quarterbacks in your top 10.
I love those memes. It's like they list they rank all the quarterbacks and then it's elite, good, Dak, Like those are the categories. Dak.
That's a fair category.
And then at the bottom, it's like just fuck. It's shit, and it's always Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Which I'm still not off. I mean,
Really?
I'm kind of off.
Really?
I haven't been off
He was
Mitch.
so bad.
I've never been off Mitch, and I'm still not off Mitch. 1-0, baby.
Yeah, not because of
Mitch,
him.
Mitch.
Not because of
he's
him.
going, baby. He's gonna win that division. Mitch
Yeah,
Trubisky.
He's not.
He's gonna show the Bears. He's gonna show the Bears they fucked up.
We'll see. They didn't. Also, but like, so the thing I want to discuss though about Rodgers is he didn't have the worst week as a Packers legend. Brett Favre did.
Oh yeah.
Brett Favre is being
Brett
indicted.
Favre usually has the worst weeks as Packers legends.
So
If it's not dick
he wouldn't.
pics,
He would if he played. And like it's not like he played 1,000 years ago. If he played in today's NFL with the amount of interceptions he throws, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer.
he'd be
right?
Jameis Winston.
He would. It's true. He would
Jameis
actually be
Winston,
Jameis
yeah.
Winston. That's a good comp.
Yeah.
But no one's arguing Jameis Winston's a Hall of Famer. He's fun.
He's not.
He's a
close,
great dude.
but
He's funny.
But Brett Favre has the most touchdown passes of all time. Still, right?
He threw
or
for
did Brady.
1,000 years. It's not him anymore. It's
Brady,
Brady.
yeah,
But
okay.
he threw for 1,000 years.
But he still has the most touchdowns. But he also has the most interceptions of all time. So like, 50. He's a 50-50
He's
guy.
you're just describing if Jameis Winston plays at least 50 and starts all that time
And wins one Super Bowl
and wins a Super Bowl. Yeah.
early on, which is a little bit late for Jameis Winston because his early is done. I think
and
he's in
now
his mids. He's in his mids right now.
And now he's being coached by Dennis Allen.
So so you spoke about Mariota, I wanted to ask you about this. When Mariota and Winston,
we moved on to the next topic,
no,
Terry.
but listen, it's about Winston. When Mariota,
It's also not the topic.
Mariota and Winston came out, I was huge on Mariota. I was like, Jim Winston's gonna be shit.
Yeah.
You were right.
I still think Mariota's a better quarterback.
I thought both
Between the
guys.
two of them?
Between the two, I think I'd rather Mariota.
I thought both guys were marginal NFL
At
talents. Yeah.
I bet.
I thought this is a bad year for quarterbacks, huh?
Mariota played under who? Like Chip Kelly?
Yeah.
I mean, can't really develop much there.
Well, but Chip Kelly was a great like
System-
offensive schemer in college
exactly.
football, right? Like
Yeah, I mean, he had like when he was with Oregon, they were just killing everybody with the weird running back schemes.
So my point was, Brett
forgot.
Favre indicted for a situation involving scamming the welfare system. Essentially, he was trying to siphon welfare funds to the University of Southern Miss to build a volleyball stadium where his daughter plays volleyball.
You're fucking kidding me.
I am not. Here's the text
Why
message.
is he so
Here's
dumb?
the actual text message exchange. Eagle, if you can read it, because you have a better
Okay,
look
Eagle,
at
So
it.
Brett Favre says, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much?
Not sketchy.
And Nancy New replies back with, no, we never have had that information publicized. I understand you being uneasy about that, though. Let's see what happens on Monday with a conversation with some of the folks at Southern. Maybe it will click with them, hopefully.
Not
Brett
sketchy.
Favre replies, okay, thanks.
Not sketchy.
And then a day later, Nancy New replies back, wow, just got off the phone with Phil Bryant. He is on board with us. We will get this done. And Brett Favre says, awesome. I needed to hear that for sure.
I don't think
First
her-
off,
first of all, her
rule
last-
number one.
her last name isn't
never
New.
fucking have a fucking paper trail when you're
That's what I
committing
was
a
gonna
crime.
say.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
come
So
on.
It's almost like someone should have known after sending his penis to a journalist that you shouldn't put all this in text.
And is this Nancy's like second phone number or third phone number? Because Nancy New means that it's Nancy's new phone number, right?
Or it's the new Nancy.
Or it's
new
Nancy-
previous Nancy.
Or it's Nancy Drew,
but
newer.
misspelled.
more spelled. Yeah, typo Nancy.
Nancy typo.
But like,
Or
how dumb is
maybe
Favre,
she's
though?
Asian,
But so,
but
like-
he spelt it wrong.
But dude,
That's a very good point. New and you.
NGU.
he had
No, it's not. Is
New.
it?
yeah
Is it?
new.
I know it's when.
Well, that's if there's an en at the end.
But is
And a
new,
Y and a
but
E and an-
NGU is an actual name. I
Yeah.
haven't seen
Yeah,
one.
new.
But I've seen NU before.
Yeah.
New.
So she's Nancy New, misspelled typo. Nancy typo. But so again, it's almost as if he should have learned from sending his penis to a journalist, or from trying to solicit sexual favors from massage therapists by text message, which also happened to him.
Yeah.
Like, dude, throw your phone into the ocean.
Yeah, like fucking shit. He thinks that like he's the type of guy that puts like he'll see an ad on Instagram like, oh, I download this app and nobody will ever hack your phone, and he'll download it. He'll pay like $7.99 a month.
The app that hacks your phone.
That app that hacks your phone.
And like all of his targeted ads have to be about hiding and web security, right? Like,
Yeah, they're just waiting for Brett Favre to try and siphon money from a welfare fund.
at this point, just call your company websecurity4brettfavre.com.
ForBrettFavre.com. ForOldGuys.com.
In fact, Alex the intern, buy that domain for us.
Brett Favre getting caught via text message is like Michael Scott buying a Ponzi scheme.
Yeah,
right. It's the same thing.
It's just the triangle.
Just the triangle.
Yeah. I mentioned last week we're the sports podcast that references The Office the most. It has to be.
Has to be.
Has to be.
I mean, why wouldn't you? It's the most referenceable show of all time.
It absolutely is. So here's the worst part though. It's also recently come out that because he said obviously that he's got nothing to do with it, and obviously I'm sure he's going to do the thing of, oh, they're just trying to cancel me, and just go on the offensive instead of just saying sorry.
I think he understands what cancel means.
No, but the publicists are doing this now. Where
point.
This is the script. You just down to your grave. You're the wronged party, not the people you stole money from.
Either you're in or out.
Yeah.
Take it. You want to go to jail? Yes. Deal. Let's steal money.
But
from
that's the thing is he's just going to use money he stole from somebody else to not go to jail.
What sport did she play? Volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball.
It's not even important.
But here's the thing.
Like it's not even like cricket or something. It's not even like bocce.
But he was saying that
not even water polo.
He was saying he's not involved. Yet it's been leaked that they were going to name the stadium after him. That's the level of vanity.
What a coincidence!
Holy fuck! What an idiot.
Speaking of idiots,
a guy that makes really bad, like gunslingers like that make bad decisions.
Are we not surprised he makes bad decisions?
He makes bad decisions. Also, like you got to respect for him for going for it all the time.
It's true.
You know,
he shoots for it.
He shoots for the stars. That's for sure. Yeah.
It's wonder he has so many INTs.
He's very aggressive. He goes full send on dick pics.
Yeah.
He goes full send on dick pics, and he goes full fraud on welfare funds.
Say this: he would not have tried to kick a 64-yard field goal.
Oh, he would be going 4th and 5. He would try to get a touchdown at 4th and 5.
He wouldn't even get off the field. He would refuse. No.
Yeah, he'd be like, no.
I'm throwing this interception
if
in the game.
The kicker can come on, but he's a receiver.
Yeah. He's eligible. End of the line. Run and go.
Run the goal, buddy. Go deep.
Tell you what, in motion you're blocking.
Yeah. Crack back. Hit this D lineman. Dead.
There's another story that broke. The NBA owner of the Suns and the Mercury of the WNBA, Robert Sarver, has been suspended 1 year for workplace misconduct, workplace misconduct of racial and sexual nature, and verbal and emotional abuse.
Well, okay, what's the verbal and emotional abuse? I didn't see any of the text and stuff. I
saw.
Bitch. I mean, I know the
So
story.
I'll give you an example.
Not what is that? It's what was it?
What was it? Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. You little bitch.
I'll give you an example of it that we talked about on the show, and I'll give you one that also happened that is ridiculous. So we talked about it in the show where he went to a player to I can't think of his name now. The power forward that's no longer there.
For the Suns?
Yeah. Not Booker.
Ayton,
yeah, DeAndre Ayton.
I thought he was still there. Where is he?
No, he left. He went to
No, he's still there.
Detroit. No, he's gone. He left this offseason.
He's in Detroit. Oh, he kept this offseason. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that.
So he told DeAndre Ayton at the beginning of the season last
Surprised
year.
I knew that. Like, fuck. That's weird.
Yeah. He went to DeAndre Ayton and said, I don't think you're a max salary player. And then
Well, he obviously he's going to say that. He doesn't want to pay people. He's like,
but who says that to the player? It's literally we've never heard of an owner saying this to a player ever before a season starts while he's under contract, because he's not going to play well.
Yeah.
He's not going to go hard for you and risk injury.
Is he trying to motivate and be like, listen, bro, you're not that good. Maybe you should be better. Wink. And DeAndre Ayton's like, all right, fuck you. I'm going to Detroit next year.
Here's another story. When several women complained about sexual misconduct and about the types of jokes he makes, the way he speaks at work, the way he behaves, he also owns, I think, a real estate company.
Mm-hmm.
His solution was to call all of the women in from the worked at the Suns, and he brought in all of the women from the real estate company. And tell me if you think this is appropriate workplace behavior. He asked the women at the real estate company to explain to the women of the Suns that this isn't abuse and that this is just how he is.
Okay, so he went listen, I have a friend.
Yeah, I have a black friend.
Yeah. Ask him. I'm not racist.
Yeah,
like,
that's what he went with. But with like
it's like
70 people there.
I'm not racist. I have a color TV, like that kind of joke.
He also has been on record of saying the N-word at least 4 times.
Hard R?
He also wrote to the league asking why he was penalized for saying that word.
Oh.
And
wrote Magic Johnson is allowed.
Well, basically, why are they allowed and why am I not allowed? And
Pretty
wrote
obvious.
the word with an A, but still wrote the word in a memo sent to the league.
Is he
crazy?
Is he Jewish? Eags?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Because when I see like old Jewish men like that, well, old, he's probably like what 55, 60.
Please don't make a Robert Sarver mistake right now.
No. What I'm saying is when I see old guys like that, old Jewish men, and they make like racist jokes, it boggles my mind.
Because
of what, like especially at around that age, it's like that means you have somebody in your direct family that was in the Holocaust.
Didn't we see a player last year question the Holocaust wasn't that bad?
It wasn't last year. It was Deshaun Jackson a couple years ago. He quoted Hitler in like a motivational speech.
Yeah. Yeah, and Julian Edelman was particularly mad. I remember that.
Yeah, because Julian Edelman is Jewish, a very proud Jew.
Yeah. And so
I don't think he is. It's
Sarver
not directly written on his bio, but he basically married his wife in Kansas City, Missouri, who was a native there. Now they live in Arizona and the whole stuff. And there's nothing in here that
a lot of Jews in Arizona.
Well, we don't know. But either way, not probably. Here's another
David
thing.
Sampson's he's a Jew and he lives in Wisconsin. I mean, he's from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So they're everywhere.
Sarver is Jewish. Hey, I found it. Yes,
there it is. See, that's what boggles my mind. Like even like David Silver, not David Silver. Ronald Sterling. I don't think he was Jewish.
Sterling Silver. I keep doing that too. I keep doing that too. So yeah, they were. So one of the other things, he during a team meeting asked a player asked how many players shave their nuts.
I think that's a fair question.
Not from your boss.
It's a fair question.
It's a workplace. No, it's not. Because in any other workplace, you would be fired for asking your employees if you shaved their... Not at Hot Sauce Sports. But I'm saying...
Was he in the locker room?
It doesn't matter. He's not a player. No. It's 2022. It's a workplace. Again, it's different player to player. Because you're...
Okay, what if he's a former player?
No. Because there's a power structure.
I disagree.
If you own the team, you own the team. You're the boss of everybody. You sign their paychecks.
I guess I've made a lot of dick jokes and ball shaving jokes in my locker room life.
To your employees?
No, not to my employees.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying.
But no, I wouldn't do that. But when I'm not defending Sarver. I'm saying if you're a former player, if Magic Johnson goes into the Dodgers locker room or the Lakers locker room, wherever he goes, and he says, "How many of you guys shave your balls?" and they all laugh about it. Nothing wrong with that because Magic Johnson's been there, done that, and especially with balls. I mean, we know.
Yeah, but if you walked into your call center and said, "Hey, how many of you guys shave your balls?"
It's not different because it's a workplace.
You were a former call center employee.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a workplace.
No, I understand that.
It's a work. And also, here's the other thing. There's not just players that work for a team.
I understand, but was it in the locker room?
I think it was a meeting room.
Okay, that's different.
But I don't think it's different.
Because if there's a bunch of guys walking around naked,
why is the owner in the locker room?
I'm pitching Any Given Sunday right now. Christina Pagniacci.
Yeah, that's a movie that took place 30 years ago.
But it's also very accurate.
It was accurate of 30 years ago.
No, I'm saying is the scene of her walking through going to Willie Beeman and everybody's just walking around naked. There's a lot of dick jokes going around, a lot of stupid jokes going around.
Yeah.
I can imagine if one joke.
But that's not the owner. And that's 30 years ago in a movie about how football was in the 80s.
And also about how football is toxic.
Yeah. Also, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. And then here's another situation. He, this is, by the way, all of this is in NBA's release. Like, it's public information.
Yeah.
He allegedly, at a party, grabbed another male employee by the hips and danced with him pelvis to pelvis. Is that appropriate workplace behavior?
Did the other person accept?
I mean, no.
Okay, wait.
But is it
if this one, I'm a little bit more like
if the person's like
on the side of him with, because like imagine
you're not having fun with your.
Imagine if at the staff party we're gonna have on Saturday, because we are having a staff party. Imagine if I pulled you over and I started doing that or whatever it was. We would giggle, ha ha ha. If I did it with the owner of that other company, it would have been like,
But no, but it's the power structure. So let's not use people that people don't know listening to this podcast, but let's say the owner of that company were to take one of our more junior employees and do that.
No, that would be inappropriate. But let's say it's a C-level suite person with another C-level suite person who are really good friends and ha 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 and whatever it is. I can tolerate it. Like,
listen, it all depends.
If they have like an amicable relationship, fine.
At that point, it may not be fireable. It's still not appropriate.
And it all depends on the relationship between the guy and the owner, whoever that person was, and the owner.
I don't think so. And here's why.
What if that guy makes the joke with Sarver and Sarver had to be like, oh,
but you have the privilege of owning a multi-billion-dollar team. With that comes responsibility. 100%. You don't get to have the same rules as everybody else.
Oh, I agree.
You don't get to have the same fun as your junior level employees because they don't get to own a $2 million.
I agree with that. And like, listen, anything with the N-word, anything with...
Oh, yeah, that's...
If
By the
there's
way,
a
if
group
any
of
of that was
women-
caught on tape, he would instantly lose his team.
if all those women that work for the Suns are like, listen, what you're doing is inappropriate, and all the real estate people are like, well, it's not inappropriate, then you can't work for the Suns. You can't be a part of the Suns. You can still do your real estate thing because.
I still don't think that's because.
But like you said, it's a power
How,
structure.
how are
It's
they
like-
pressured to say that it's okay?
Exactly.
Because
Also,
he's had these issues come up throughout his ownership of the team.
he's probably bringing them in while they're paid.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So like, there's that whole.
And that's the
thing.
power structure thing we're
What
talking
an
about,
idiot.
right?
So the part that we haven't talked about yet is apparently there's a lot of noise within the ownership group, and this is being reported by Kurt Helen, from an NBA writer from NBC Sports, basically about how the punishment, he only got suspended for a year, and it's not worse than that, for
There's
example.
never
like,
been an owner suspended for more than a year.
but like Sterling, they took his team away, right?
That's been the hardest thing.
So
But there was gonna literally,
apparently-
That's because there was fucking tape on the guy.
So
there was tape,
apparently,
and the teams were literally not going to take the court that
yeah,
night.
exactly.
So apparently, with Robert Sarver specifically, the quote is, "There are a lot of owners in glass houses who don't want to start throwing stones."
Yeah, he's
So
talking about
there's a-
Discovery.
Yes, exactly. They don't want to go to Discovery. They don't want this to come out. But here's where it gets fun. A lot of players are coming out publicly
LeBron
criticizing the league. Recently, LeBron James with this tweet,
I agree with this.
basically saying like, we just got this wrong as a league. Read the stories, decide for yourself. There's no place in the league for this behavior. No place for misogyny, sexism, and racism. Like, also, great tweet from LeBron.
Yeah.
No emojis for once, which is great.
Good stuff. No
Spelled
capitals.
like this is a proper PR statement that's
he also
written well.
he didn't jump on anybody else's success. For the first time ever.
But I will say, this is the thing,
He didn't get
though.
put out of a
When you
game
read-
for rolling his
when you
ankle
read-
and
that's
Joe
what-
tweeting
But
this.
when you read the comments about
didn't lose
LeBron
his
in the
hair?
comments, it's always like, what about China? Like, yo, let's talk about this thing.
yeah,
Don't do what about.
yeah,
Make your own post
yeah.
and talk about that if you like.
Yeah.
Because it is a worthwhile conversation. But he is also not wrong with what he's saying.
We're on the, we're
well,
in this lane.
no, that's not true. Eddie Garrett at
Oh.
2003 says,
Oh.
Bron, you are the GOAT, but you're wrong on this one. Yourself and other players use the N-word all the
my God.
time.
Oh
So
my God.
should all of you be
God,
suspended and
let's
banned
see-
from the league?
Let's see Eddie Garrett's picture here.
It's what I'm guessing what it is. I'm guessing what it is. Yeah. So Eddie Garrett took someone else's
He's a
picture.
minister at the Power of Faith Ministries.
14 followers. I guess it's not really that big of a ministry.
it's parish of 14.
Yeah.
Um,
How big is your parish, bro?
yeah, I guess that picture was surprising actually. For the record, for those listening, it wasn't a white guy.
Yeah. I mean, we thought it would be. We
'Cause
thought it would be a
That
guy
was
with
the most white guy tweet of all time.
with a
right?
MAGA hat.
Yeah.
Say, well, you say it, bro.
Yeah, and
It's not your word anymore.
yeah.
You know? I mean, that's basically what I remember. I'm not like a huge Ice Cube music fan or like an actor fan. And he's got a few good songs and, whatever. But he was on Bill Maher. Remember when Bill Maher said, I'm a house N-word as a joke? And then he went on and it's like, that's not your word. That's our word. We own it. Like, that's basically what it is. You owned us, called us this, not you, Brett Maher.
But yes,
Yeah.
culturally.
And he's like, so the word belongs to us. You can't say it anymore. And I'm very okay with that.
Why would you want I've never wanted to say the word. I've never been compelled to say it in my life.
Yeah.
Ever.
The worst thing is like when I see like video fights online and stuff, and then there's like a white guy that's just like, come on, N-word, and the guy he's about to fight is a black guy, and I'm like, why isn't he dead yet?
Yeah. Or Anthony Edwards called,
And why isn't he
calling
dead
out
yet?
gay people from the car.
That was
Yeah.
fucked
Yeah.
up. Did you guys talk about that last week?
No, but yeah.
That
There's
was
just
bad.
too much shit going on.
Like, how stupid can you be, man?
Yeah.
He's in Hollywood now, and he was good in that fucking movie.
Yeah?
What was it called again?
Don't remember. But
The Adam Sandler movie, the basketball movie.
oh yeah, but there was just basketball player. It was just
It was Anthony
Space Jam.
Edwards.
but it was
Space
no, but it was
Jam 6.
it was a
Adam Sandler should do the next Space Jam. I don't know why.
Adam Sandler at this point just wants to hang out with basketball players. That's what that movie
Yeah,
was.
basically.
So let's get to hot sauce bets. The game's going on. We've actually stopped watching because there's too many other things going on in their show. So
I actually know the score.
that's
so.
fine. But we're gonna bet on it. Who's been the MVP of the show so far?
So it's actually been a pretty good show back and forth.
Nice.
But I feel like, given his distance from the show
fucking hate
recently, that Terry just doesn't deserve it.
Oh! But I can't. I'm back in mid-season form here. Like, I'm on fire.
But that's why, like, you're cheating. Like, Peace has had to struggle for all this time. You're there going on
It's a
fucking
good point.
vacation.
You know what? The fact that you had to do 4 shows with Alex and Duke, I'm gonna give you the pass this week. It's
Thanks, man.
yours.
Appreciate
No
it.
problem, man. That's what I'm here for.
So I actually didn't check the odds for this game.
You're definitely not the MVP.
yeah, you're definitely not the MVP.
Let me just check it there.
Fucking guy playing Pokemon all the time. What's that donut you have there?
It's my AirPod case.
Oh, I've
It's a
seen
case for my
these.
case.
Yeah, I've seen these.
So that if I drop the case, it doesn't break.
So the spread for this game is Kansas -4. I imagine that's 4.5.
No, sometimes it's -4 and you can go push. But
And
yeah,
actually,
4.5.
you're right. It is -4 straight up.
Yeah, it goes.
I hate spreads that are even.
Kansas -4. What's
Yeah.
I don't even know. It was 3-0. It was 10-0. No, it was 10-3.
Well, I'm gonna take the points because the little bit of the game we saw, it kind of looked back and forth. I'm gonna take the points. Give me the Chargers.
So you got Chargers +4. I mean, I see Kansas City winning this in the fourth quarter by 5.
Yeah, watch Patrick Mahomes throw 9 touchdowns.
What happens if it's a push? It's a possibility of -4.
Then we get naked together.
All right. So what's
There we
what's going to be the bet?
We're going to accumulate our results. Whoever's wrong has to do an Instagram story tomorrow explaining why they suck.
Oh, beautiful! I love that shit.
And then at the end,
On the hot
whoever
sauce
has
again?
lost the most is going to have to do a spicy challenge.
We have to do the ridiculous media thing and blame the players
Oh, that's a good one.
for our results.
I like that.
Not that we bet poorly; they played like shit.
I like that. We should get graphics ready.
There's 10 minutes left in the third quarter at this moment, and the Chargers are up 17-7.
That means nothing though with Pat Mahomes.
17-7. If they kick 17-7, it's for 3 points. Okay.
But the Chargers are up,
the Chargers are up. Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
so I have like a
You're good. You have
14-point cushion.
Yeah, you have a nice cushion.
I'm not that good though because again, it's Pat Mahomes. It's the fourth quarter with the Warriors shooting threes. Like,
exactly.
we'll see.
Your money.
rapid fire.
All right, we have a really heavy rapid fire this time
Let's
around.
try and keep it rapid.
which I like. But yeah, let's try and go this fast. First one here is going to be It Is the Time. This one actually is an ode to Terry and the fact that he's been gone for a really long time. So Terry, you get to watch. That was filmed on Twitter.
Am
and
I
give us a judgment to how it was.
Before, am I doing like a play-by-play?
Play-by-play. Let's
Okay,
do
live
it.
play-by-play.
Because or else the audience.
Make it big. Make it big. Make it big. Oh, nice little slip there. Nice little slip and fall. I feel like I've seen this before.
There's several elderly people.
Running kick right to the shin. Not a good call because shins are the toughest body part. Nice little up kick there. Oh, he's taking 2 down at the same time.
It's a battle royale.
I got Flannel John right now. He's up on the scorecards with that up kick. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. Nice jab right to the throat. Jim is not happy. Oh, John goes down.
Cardigan Jim kicking now.
Scuba Steve pulling Jim off. Oh,
that's the
man.
fight.
I mean, that's the fight. You know what? I'm going to give it to Flannel Joe.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Flannel.
Ooh, split decision. I don't know what Twitter's going to react to that one.
I'm going to give it to Flannel Joe just because of this up kick right here.
That's
That
pretty
one.
good, yeah.
That's pretty good. And then he hits that jab. That little takedown. Right? That
I
little,
didn't see that takedown at
that
first.
little nifty drops the Unagi trip right there. I'm making up names.
And
But
fighting 2 people.
this jab to the neck is like, that's Kamaru Usman GSP level right there. Like he must have watched a couple YouTube videos.
At least
He must be watching Robin Black on
Oh, did you see the
doing
kick to the
bank
nuts
videos.
right there, by the way, right at the end?
That's true. Is it a penalty there?
Oh yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. This guy's up kick is better than anybody I've ever seen.
It's not bad.
Final Joel with
Look
the
at that,
win.
right there. Ooh.
Average age in this video is 78 years old.
At least.
Yeah.
At least. Death. Average age average age Louis C.K. reference is at least forever. What the hell's that noise?
Motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, outside, yeah.
All right, next. Commander As Are You. The Washington
As You Are.
Commanders were ready to
The
roll
song
out
is
some
Come
new...
As You Are, not Come As Are You. Commander.
All comers.
Commanders
As You
Are
Are.
You.
All right.
My
sure.
job is to not get the reference.
Commander
Okay? And I'm
as-
doing an excellent job at it.
Commander as you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
He can't read. Go ahead.
And I'm the
I
rapid.
know, I get it. It's a Nirvana reference.
Rapid.
And I'm
The Washington Commanders were ready to roll out some new fresh merch to start the season. The design concept was to overlay the logo on top of a graphic of the state. The only problem was instead of using DC, they used the Washington state itself.
This is when you.
for-
This is what happens when you go to like some Instagram. I mean, I keep on ripping on Instagram companies, but Instagram
But
like,
it clearly is.
marketing companies, and they do this. But another
But
thing.
who approves of
Well,
gonna
this?
it's
say-
not
I'm
that.
gonna
It's not
say.
only who approves it, Eagle. We work with someone like this. It's someone who said, so put the Washington logo. Here's the file on top of a map of the state. Just says the state, and assuming all graphic designers are football fans and knows what the context is.
Also,
we know
like-
someone. We work with someone who does that.
Mhm.
Duke?
Yeah. No, Duke's boss at FPF.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. He's notorious, and he also has a hairy back.
Correct.
So what is? I'm worried though. We
I
might
want one of those cups.
We might lose. I'm
As a
1,000% paying for it.
As a Cowboys fan, I want one of those cups.
100%. We're gonna lose Duke as a graphic designer. They're gonna hire him because that was a terrible job.
You know what? University of Washington should do? They should buy all the cups and just change their jerseys for one weekend.
Yeah.
Buy all the cups and they sell those things.
Call
for
up
15
Nike.
bucks.
Say,
Yeah.
listen, we need new jerseys one weekend. Let's do it.
Yeah, partner up with the Commanders. And first of all, anytime you on the script, Commanders is written, it has to be with a U.
My mistake.
I don't want to see the O anymore.
No more O.
Fun story. I was in DC actually this past weekend. I had a conference, and I almost went to
nerd
the
conference.
Yes.
How much sex?
A lot of it, surprisingly.
Yeah, and I feel like these nerd places, there's a lot of shit going down.
We had Shaquille O'Neal as our DJ. DJ Diesel.
He's nuts, huh?
He's massive.
He's also like very animated.
Yeah. I have video of him screaming at a nerd to dance.
Yeah, he's crazy.
It's hilarious.
Apparently, he's like a very good DJ. Like he gets the fucking party going.
He's okay.
But Shaq is like
he hits play and then spins the knobs.
he's a jack.
Whatever,
yeah,
it's fine.
I guess. Yeah, he's a jack of all trades. This guy.
But all that to say, I almost went to the Commanders-Jaguar game because there was midfield row 1 seats available for $200 US.
What app? Where?
At
No, but what app? I mean, like what website?
Ticketmaster, like basic seats. You could just buy it because I like one seat essentially.
Yeah.
Just me. But I had a client meeting at the same time. But otherwise, I was like,
see, priorities. Yeah. Priorities.
That's
all right.
You can't go to the client meeting. You have COVID.
But
I can't go to my Zoom call. I have COVID.
But I'm in what? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Figure 420, former pro wrestler Ric Flair took some time to hit that gas with boxing legend Mike Tyson. Are you ever going to see something like this ever again?
I hope so. I really hope so.
Man,
He's
Ric
sparking
Flair,
a blunt.
He's the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, he's smooth with it too. He gets it. I've never smoked a blunt.
I'm not a blunt guy.
I know you get a different buzz because of the tobacco.
Mike Tyson
I'm not big on tobacco. And I really
woo on a bitch. Woo on a bitch.
my mistake for
Tyson.
talking over Ric Flair.
Mike Tyson and Ric Flair. Both NWO. True. Was Ric Flair ever DX? I don't think he ever was.
Now it's New World Old.
New World Old. No, but remember when Mike Tyson was DX and he ripped it off for, was it a Stone Cold shirt or vice
I
versa?
don't remember. It's 100 years ago.
We should get mad on for these references, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool to see Mike Tyson's talking about how weeds changed his life. Yeah, I'm not someone who can. I don't roll well, and you need to roll really well to roll blunt, so I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not a good roller either. I pre-rolls.
I have a machine.
Yeah, me too. I have that machine, but like pre-rolls.
I want to get a cone machine.
Yeah, but the thing
Like
is,
an automatic cone machine.
what you can do is on Amazon you can buy like the raw. The cone's already built.
Yeah.
So you just dump your shit in.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'll try that.
it's easy.
All right, next, out of bounds. Reports have surfaced that Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen are living separately, and this is largely due to him returning to the NFL after retiring and coming back and everything, causing a little bit of tension in the Brady house. Apparently now he's starting to consider eating strawberries.
Oh,
it's terrible.
Fuck, this guy's off the rails,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He's off the rails.
We should call him, see if he's doing okay.
Maybe he's gonna eat those spicy mangoes we just had, the worst things of all time.
I like them.
You didn't like them.
I haven't had them yet, but I've had that type of candy before.
That one you won't like.
Really?
Yeah, it was not good.
Okay.
I'm not a guy that ever spits out food. Ask Eeks. Put it in my mouth, instantly out. It was the worst thing I've ever had in my life.
That's rough.
It was almost as bad as the one time when I was a kid and I had a Kraft's cheese single, and then right after I had a chocolate bar.
Oh.
And then the mix, it stayed in my mouth for like a
So
day.
you should
No, so you
challenge
made a
yourself.
mistake.
You should challenge yourself to try it again. Face your fears. Wrap the single around the chocolate bar
Just going to say that.
and eat it.
That's the most disgusting thing ever. Okay,
And then
you know what?
microwave it so it
You know
melts.
what? You know
Yeah.
what?
Put it in ice cream.
If I lose,
Add some avocados.
if I'm the last place of the season, that's gonna be my bet.
That's not bad.
I'll do that.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Yeah,
why
it's
would
the
you?
worst
Why would
thing.
you set yourself up for that?
The
I'd
worst
rather
is
drink
like
hot
you're like,
sauce.
no, I volunteer.
I volunteered to do the worst thing I've ever done in my life. This is how committed I am to not sauce for work.
Thank you.
Yep. It's I find this all kind of disgusting. The way
Yeah.
we're following them around in their personal lives. But it also makes sense that, like, eventually you want to spend time with your spouse in retirement, and
Yeah.
she largely had to put her career on hold, and the fact
For
that
sure,
the fact that she's still modeling is as surprising as him still being quarterback in the
she
NFL,
lost.
right?
Her kid. How old are her kids? Like they're 10 and 13, I guess,
13
something
-ish,
like
yeah.
that. She lost like this is her prime. Like
Yeah.
she lost like 12 prime modeling years, and she was already worth more than him.
Yeah.
So like she put her career on hold for him, and now she's like, well, listen, bro. Remember when he retired and he's like season 23, whatever, and I said that they were gonna market number 23.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first thing you saw on the Sunday Night Football game right before the game?
I don't remember.
It was Michael Jordan talking about the importance of number
yeah.
23. I'm telling you, this was set up from the fucking beginning.
Double goat.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's gonna. He did like a speech about Tom Brady and how important the number 23 is to a guy who's at the best at in his league.
It's
Crazy.
possible. He talked, and even in Brady's comments on his own podcast, he talked about how he's missed 23 Christmases, 23
Yeah, for
Thanksgivings. Mentioning 23 a lot.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you might be onto something.
Yeah, they're doing something. It's
stay
gonna
woke.
be TB23. He's gonna have his own shoe line. It's gonna be crazy.
I like it.
How many seasons is Crosby at actually?
Crosby's
Not
probably
He's at 17. He's got six more to go.
he was drafted in 2004
The problem is that he won't be in that
or
conversation.
2003. Was that Ovechkin? I always forget which one.
All right, next one. Eagle, read this in English, but with a French accent.
Yes.
Quebec Premier
But you didn't
François
do it.
Legault said that Nick Suzuki was a great choice as captain, but added the caveat, we will have to learn le français, c'était tabarnak.
Okay, listen. I mean,
I'm listening. What else would I be doing, Terry?
Okay,
it's a podcast. We're all listening.
when your job is to play hockey, you don't need to learn a different language. When your job is to communicate, you need to learn 2 languages. So for every journalist that says that Nick Suzuki needs to speak French, they should all speak English
Or they should learn hockey.
or learn hockey.
Because that's the comp, right? Like,
But
you
give-
should learn to play hockey then.
My thing is, give the kid a chance to do the right thing.
But also,
Why are we tarnishing this guy before he even fucking plays the game with the C on? It's ridiculous.
But I don't even think journalists would complain about a player not speaking French. I understand
there was a lot.
I really,
Yeah, a lot. And it was all that side.
but is it all that age also?
I'd say 40 and up.
Okay, that
40
makes
and up,
sense.
yeah. 40 and up.
But the thing is,
There's a couple young guys, though, on Twitter, like young journalists that like
yeah, but I feel like they're just trying to like.
jump on something. Yeah.
Well, they're trying to like do the I call them outcry sports,
Yeah.
outkick sports,
Yeah.
where they're just harping on something to like rally that fan base. Like you're just going for specific like fan base, basically.
That's it, exactly.
And the thing is with this case here, like this is the goal posturing because there's an election coming.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually matter. It doesn't even matter to him.
I mean, it does matter. It's what he's running on.
No,
Yeah. It
He
matters to his
wants the
campaign.
media to react because his name stays in the
That's
press.
obvious.
People are talking about him.
But it
that's
doesn't-
gets
That's why I'm not
elected.
talking about Legault. He's doing his job. It's the journalists.
I don't think these causes even matter to him personally. I think he just sees this as a way to get elected.
Yeah.
And
People are just too fucking mad about everything. All
Yeah.
the time. Especially Habs Twitter, man.
all Twitter, it's
No, but
starting to become
Habs
a terrible
bad.
place.
Like especially when it comes to this, like the whole thing with the patches too. Now, like everybody's scared about the advertising.
Yeah.
And then I went on a rampage. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. So I tweeted, I'm like, if Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, Sidney Crosby, Carey Price, they're all making less money than a 6 to 8 minute bench player in the NBA, a little 2-inch patch on your jersey isn't going to change shit.
And the NBA has already gone with the patches.
Exactly.
And that allows them to make the money they make.
Exactly.
By the way. And also, soccer's done it forever.
Exactly.
Auto sports have done it forever.
Of course. How do you think the KHL makes so much money?
Yeah.
So Connor McDavid getting paid, I have him in my fantasy with the salary cap. I don't even. It's like $12 million. He's the best player in the history of the NHL, most talented player we've ever seen. It's him, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Those are the two. And you can argue me for Mario Lemieux too. I mean, throw all 3 of them
Whatever.
up there.
It's a tier.
He's up there.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's elite.
S tier or whatever.
And he is getting the same money. He's made less money in his career than Ken Bazemore has so far.
Well, Ken Bazemore, he had that one season.
So I went on a few. I went Larry Nance Jr. How much does he make?
Probably about $8 million.
Just over 9. You know who else makes that in the NHL?
Who?
Alex Ovechkin.
Alex
Ovechkin is probably going to be the best.
That's
He's second overall in goals in the history of the NHL, and he's going to probably if
Like
he plays,
Nance.
if
Larry
he
Nance
plays
is a
like
nice
3
player.
more years, he might be able to pass Wayne Gretzky.
Larry Nance is a nice player, but he's
He averaged 7 points a game. I checked last year.
I was gonna say he probably plays 10 minutes a night.
Exactly, and he's making more than
Yeah.
more, if not the same as Alex Ovechkin.
Yeah.
And he gets more. He gets more revenue sharing because the NBA has more revenue sharing. Than
The NBA has
NHL.
a 51% revenue share.
The NHL, I don't know what they're at. I think they're up there too. I think
It went up over the last.
They negotiated that
yeah.
for sure. But Gary Bettman's smart to give them more money because players need to be more marketable.
We pay to watch the players, not the owners.
Yeah, and Connor. I mean, listen, hockey players aren't.
Oh man, I'd love to watch the owners on ice.
Oh, that'd be
Robert Sarver.
I would just watch Putin on ice. That's all I want.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
Several times.
All right. Federer X delivers. Tennis superstar Roger Federer announced his retirement, and Darren Rovell posted his reaction to Twitter with the strangest wording you're gonna see for a tweet about this, saying
what I will
most remember about Roger Federer, how effortless he made it all look, the movement of his body, the flow of his strokes,
Okay, he's in on it.
all while seemingly not ever
Okay,
sweating.
this is a funny. This is actually a funny
You can't
tweet.
stroke it and not
I'm,
sweat.
gi-
You're not
I'm,
doing
gi-
it right.
I'm giving Ravel an A on this tweet. It's a good tweet.
yeah.
It's a good
He
tweet.
has to though.
Yeah, because he's in on it. Like Ravel is an idiot. We know it. He's in on it.
Yeah.
He's in on. He knows that how he's perceived, and he knows that this tweet. Like, see Clay Travis pause. You know, like this is just. It's good. Darren Ravel, good tweet. Don't like you, good tweet.
I know. It's pretty.
It's a nice one.
I was like,
It's a little unsettling. It's a little creepy.
It
not
made,
enough.
it made me respect Federer less because it means you're not going at it hard enough when you're stroking.
It's a good point. Yeah, if you're stroking and not sweating, I mean, I don't know
Come on,
what you're
especially
doing.
summertime.
Yeah. Oh
You know.
fuck! In the dead humidity.
Yeah.
Switzerland.
Come on. It's bad. It's bad look. It's bad,
Bad
look.
look.
Great look for Ravel. Bad look for Federer.
Bad luck for- you removed them from any
Yeah.
top 5 athlete of all time
I'm
list.
sorry, Ravel. Sorry, bad tweet
Bad
because
tweet.
you just got him removed from the Mount Rushmore of tennis players.
There you go.
And
McEnroe, you're back in.
our last rapid fire of the day, and the reason why we had to start the show dealing with chess anal beads, reviews wide open. Alex the intern was recently shopping for a new mattress for his new place on Amazon and came across this review for a particular mattress from David in the United States, who bought a white nectar
I've seen
queen
this.
mattress.
I've seen this, yeah.
Saying, my wife and I just love nectar mattresses for our orgy parties.
anal beads.
We have 2 California kings in bedrooms at opposite ends of the house, and we get nothing but compliments. They encourage people to return. One of my wife's boyfriends even went out and bought the same kind of mattress, for the second home. 5 out of 5, and 15 people found this helpful. I wonder if those 15
Ooh.
people were the ones attending the orgy.
Also,
That's exactly the joke I was going to
also this guy who's letting other guys bang his wife, is it Russell Wilson or what are we doing here?
It might actually be.
Russell Wilson, the ultimate cuck.
Or is it just the Phoenix Suns locker room?
Question, do they play chess at orgies?
I mean, I feel like it might be
They
like
use the same tools.
I feel like it might be a good thing to take a break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Between
take a break.
matches?
Hey, let's go.
Stimulates your mind as opposed to your physicalness.
Yeah, let's go hit a Queen's Gambit. Well, let's just check it out.
Or in this case, California Kings by Gambit.
I had a golf chalet trip a couple weekends ago, and I learned a lot about chess.
Nice.
I didn't know. I used to play Yahoo chess. Apparently, I wasn't playing the right way.
Apparently. And you were not using the right stimulus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stimulus packages. Anal beads.
Terry, it's nice to see you, bro.
Yeah, it was
It
fantastic.
was awesome to be in the same room. Thank you for coming to the show today. Thank you, Eagle, for all the work you've done. I want to thank everyone who has liked, subscribed, rated, reviewed to all those wonderful things. And who haven't yet, I want to thank you for considering it. But most of all, I want to thank you all for letting me be myself. Word. You've been listening to Hot Sauce Sports. This is what.
17-14.
It'll be.
What kind of chocolate? Like Twix?
I'm saying Mars was the first thing that came to my mind.
I think it was a Mars when I.
That sounds
When I
gross.
was a kid. Yeah, that's why.
Or Three
I used to
Musketeers.
love. Oh,
Something
I,
really chewy with the cheese.
I wasn't. Yeah, I loved Mars as a kid. Now I'm more of a Kit Kat Twix guy.
So
Crunchy, crunchies are good. Coffee
I'm
Crisp.
really stupid.